Thandachor is the adjective. Obi is the verb. Oh, did I say that?
Yes, you did.
What have you been using it here for in Malaysia? May I know? What tube light is? Sappaya முடிச்சிட்டோன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்க பரவாயில்லை.
After the massive success of his recent comedy tour worldwide, I was not ready. I don't think I'm entirely ready for Aravind essay today. I'm feeling tad bit nervous, and that never happens. Aravind, how are you?
Good, how are you? I shouldn't be asking that because you already told me how you are right now.
A little bit nervous. And we have a very special announcement to make at the end of this interview about how regular you're going to be visiting Malaysia after this.
Sure, no pressure.
Let's take it back from way before, just to get to know Aravind a bit more. I believe you were in the film industry. Was it something that you always wanted to do, or was it something that popped up?
I decided to do something in the arts space. I decided that in school. By the time I finished college, I kind of realized that my passion lied in storytelling. So therefore, filmmaking seemed to be the biggest challenge. I don't like settling for something less risky or mediocre. I'd rather not do anything and say moan in sadness and eventually create great art out of it than settle for something in between. So I always looked at filmmaking as the biggest challenge for any artist to kind of who likes to tell stories and who wants to embrace the biggest thing out there. So that was the thing, and I did that organically get into it. After college I did my post-graduation in film direction, and that's when I specialized in it, and yeah, since then it's been a fun ride.
But you never told Amma.
It's not like I didn't tell her once. When I did join the film school, obviously she knows. I'm sure they promised me a lot of things as kids. I don't remember most of it, so that's how life works. So some broken promises actually aren't a bad thing after all.
So what was the deciding factor to just one day just switch things around, leave the film industry, step into stand-up comedy?
No, so I don't think it's right to say I've left the film industry, because it's not like I was some kind of a significant player there. I was not even like a dot in that universe there, because I was just an assistant director. I guess the turning point was when some other relationship gives you more than what your current one was giving. So it was just a case of saying, hey, maybe this one's not for me right now, and I'm getting more joy out of that, because at the end of the day, as a creative person, you want an outlet where you can express yourself and get that feedback from your audience, and then make it a continuous process, because only then you keep progressing and improving. Otherwise, it's very easy to stagnate here. So I guess that was the motivation, the fact that there was something else that was opening up, and it was similar in terms of the core strength, which is film storytelling.
Storytelling. It's pretty much the same for artists here. Sometimes for me, I sometimes feel oblivion, and it's really great that you took this decision and made a transition. Will it be like an advice that you give other creatives out there, that if something like to make this industry their own and just create their own path?
It's easy to say create your own path, because it's not like every other month or year you have new avenues opening up. I was not looking to create my own path as much as I knew that the path available for me then wasn't the right fit. And if you want to continue remaining honest to who you think you are, the advice I guess I can say that don't stop, find the right match. It might even be in existing avenues, but point being, as an artist, what's important is to find that alignment with what you think is you and what you think is out there. The thing that I love about this job is the response from people when you perform, the energy, the applause, the laughs. You can't cheat that. If there's a half-baked joke out there, if somebody is just doing haha, you'll know it. The part I love the most about this job, where the audience responds, because the positive rush, the endorphin rush you get on stage when you hear them laugh out like that, it's a relief for me as much as it is for them. So the key, I'll say, for being a good comedian is, more than being funny, is to be a good editor. You remove and you hide your bad stuff, so you only present your good stuff. So the perception is such that, wow, it's like joke after joke after joke. How does he do it? It's because I also do bad jokes, and I've been removing it. You guys won't see it, so that's the difference.
There are some things in your comedy set, like this one, especially in a song in the end, we'll get to it later, where you discuss things like politics or some law that has been enforced recently in India, and sometimes the audience don't really keep up with that. So do you change or tweak your content as you travel to different countries to kind of accommodate to that city, or it's
Unless and otherwise, I feel it occupies a good portion of my show that requires contextualizing. I do the hard part. All the hard work is done while coming up with the content, so that I don't have to sit and customize it to every place I go to. So when you come up with the content, I keep working on it and rewriting it till I get a version that I think will work across all the audiences that I think this is going to be played to. Because it's like, if you do the work early on, you don't have to work later. So I invest all the time and effort into shaping it then. Try and keep the references as universal as possible, the issues, if there is an issue that is particularly Indian, and if I have to contextualize it to Singaporean or Malaysian, having enough of that information without having to go out of my way and explain to them, I won't make an explicit, segue to highlight that. All the information would be fed in it. So those are the things I'd rather do it early on, so then I just know I have a fixed set that I'll go with in every show.
So, the good news, you're going to be coming back to Malaysia, I believe?
Yes, so that's the thing I'm most excited about, because Malaysia has been super duper kind, and it's been a place that I have discovered so late in my career. I had no idea about the fact that they were following in the Indian stand-up comedy scene here.
Sad.
Yeah, but that's the thing about social media. When people reach out to you as often as Malaysians have, and they told us about how you have to make it here. Now, I did come with my first special last January. It was fantastic, and now this one again. I was not ready to. I had a great time, and there's so many people who messaged saying I couldn't make it. So, and Penang again, I got a lot of messages saying you should come to Penang, and there's a lot of people who can't really come to KL. So, I'm definitely looking to coming back in June or July.
So, we have a goodie game for you.
Sure.
It's something simple. It's actually probably more commonly used terms from Chennai. But because some of our audience don't really understand the words, so I'm going to try and get you to translate those words. This word, Sama Gujal.
Huh?
Gujal. Sorry, I சொன்னேன். It's not a bad word or anything, no.
Clearly, I've been using it in the worst of contexts. So you want me to give the English equivalent of Sama Gujal? Oh man. How do I tell you? I guess you can say it is used to identify a really good-looking woman.
Is that what it is?
What have you been using it here for in Malaysia? May I know?
It's just like happy, no? It's Gujal. Oh.
Okay, you can also see. That's why we've only used it to identify good-looking women. So we'll be like Sama Gujala. That's what we say to say someone like. Yeah, I guess Gujal. That's the only time I remember using it.
Okay. So for me, it's out of context. Now I know.
Or maybe I'm just been using it wrongly all this while. I don't know.
All right, next one. Bulb vaangurathu.
Bulb vaangurathu is basically it's almost like when the joke is on you and you're completely unaware of it, and especially if you walked into it like one boss and came out with your tails in your pants. Yeah, that's bulb vaangurathu.
Okay, the other one is quite common. Tube light. Tube light.
Oh, tube light is similar to bulb vaangurathu. You see how we use from the same ecosystem. We are very smart. But tube light is pretty much to say how stupid or dumb you are, because like if there's an idea out there and you're still flickering and it takes so long for you to get there, like that's tube light.
Alright, next one is supper matter. Supper matter.
Oh, supper matter, salt water is my favorite. Supper matter is just like easy peasy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Salt water, na?
That's summa rhyming.
Rhyming.
Supper matter, salt water is just to say, hey, this is no brainer. Yeah.
Okay. Alva kudukurathu. Alva kudukurathu.
That's to kind of cheat someone, but of course you can use it when someone like swindles truckloads of money, or if someone just stood you up on a date.
Okay.
In both cases, they did give you an alwa.
Okay. This one is really interesting. Asalta. It's a normal.
Again,
we
it's-
use it as well. But
Assaulta is a bit like supper matter, but it is more used in a macho way, in the sense Assaulta is used when something that is completed with a lot of ease but involved a lot of aggression and a lot of skill and you know a lot of manliness. Like
so it's like நீங்க அசால்ட்டா காமெடி ஷோ முடிச்சிட்டீங்க அந்த மாதிரியா?
no. Assaulta நீங்க குஜாலா முடிச்சிட்டீங்கன்னு சொல்ல.
எப்படி?
நீங்க தானே ஹாப்பின்னு சொன்னீங்க.
Oh, okay. Now I'm stuck with your context.
I don't know. You can follow yours, man. It's fine. As long as it's not offending anyone, it's perfectly fine.
Speak பண்ண குஜாலா அசால்ட்.
சப்பையா முடிச்சிட்டோன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க, பரவாயில்ல.
S ஆகுறது. S ஆகுறது.
Oh, yes ஆகுறதா? How the hell do you know so much? I'm like, it's just escaping. Like, let me get the hell out of here before anyone notices. This yes ஆகுறது. Yeah, we just took S from escape.
Interesting. Okay, I've not.
Chennai terms. You know Porambok.
புறம் என்பது பேக்,
என்ன திட்டுற மாதிரி.
போக்கு என்பது லூஸ் மோஷன்.
OB, some OB or OB and OC are two things you can definitely use. OB is more a case of someone not doing their work. So someone who's just spending time avoiding work and or rather going about it in the
தண்டச்சோறு.
Huh?
தண்டச்சோறு.
Thandachor is the adjective. OB is the verb. Thandachor is the adjective.
Last நடக்குறீங்க.
OB is the verb.
Okay. So much for playing this Scooty game and sharing your life
Pleasure.
story with us, and we really can't wait to have you back in Malaysia very soon.
Can't wait to come back, and as always, I've told this in my show as well in KL day before yesterday. The crowd here is fantastic. The energy is outstanding. Every time I go back, I tell the artists there that hey, guys should definitely tour at Malaysia as part of the Southeast Asia tour that we do, and I hope more artists from India come and open up the scene here because I think it's a great place where artists can thrive.